I'm Andy from THOMANN, and you're going to have to go get your own name because you've been messing around.
Jakob Haq.
Yeah, thank you. May I call you Jacob?
Yeah, of course you may.
Cool.
If I can call you Steve.
You may call me Steve. Hi, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
So we're here at THOMANN in a room full of speakers. You can't see them because Chris is facing the wrong way, filming us accidentally. We're here, we've got an Uno in front of us from IK Multimedia.
Yeah.
And we're just testing out the MTM speakers, the iLoud stuff, which I heard for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
What do you think?
They're pretty insane. So the first thing I thought about them was when I saw the back, there's like this mic input for what's it called? It's like a calibration mic that will actually let
the ARC system.
Yeah, the ARC system.
Automatic room correction, I believe.
That is pretty brilliant, and that made me want to try them out right away. Yeah, but the most important thing for me with speakers is I work a lot with, I almost said bass heavy music.
You can say bass heavy.
Yeah, but of course I mean bass heavy music. So I do a lot of reggae, a lot of dub music. I do a lot of what do you call it, like old school dubstep, drum and bass. And the biggest problem I have is with studio monitor being like, there are so many great monitors out there like Karaoke's and but many times they're very flat. They have I'm not saying that they're bad, but for me I need the bass to be kind of emphasized, right? And to do that usually you get a sub in there. Well, I don't have that kind of space and I want to get it smaller. So the first pair I got for my mobile studio was the first iLouds, and I was surprised over how much bass there were in there, and not the bad type of bass. There's quite a lot of sub, and now these new ones can go down to.
Chris, do you want to just flip around and show what
show
Jacob's talking about?
Show him. Just get
That's
them on
the new iLoud
there.
MTM just here, and that's my hand, which is a big hand. So
it's so cool because on the back of them you can actually see it doesn't really matter, but these can go down to 40. They told me. Yeah. And that's like insanely low. That's exactly what I need. So they played some music through there, some Beatles and stuff. And yeah, you know, everyone loves a little bit of Beatles, but they actually had some Bob Marley in there. And I played Three Little Birds, and it sounded amazing because at home in my studio, Three Little Birds can sound like flat on my system.
What are you using at home?
I have everything from old Ferguson amplifiers, the old ones. Yeah, I love those, and the Ferguson speakers with the paper cones and everything. Nice. And they can be extremely flat, you know, in that area of bass. And so I'm always lacking that. But that's the kind of system my dad had. It is his old system.
Cool.
He used to play Three Little Birds on that.
So you've grown up with that sound, with that song.
I was always lacking. I wanted bass. I didn't know what it was named back then. That was a bass and a frequency, but I learned about it because he was building hi-fi speaker systems in cars, and he's pretty good at it. And so I learned about frequencies that way, you know. And when I realized what it was, I was looking for it, like headphones and speakers and everything that had a lot of bass. But I always had to add a subwoofer to my system. I don't need to do that now. The iLouds really have the bass in them, and what I heard yesterday from these, I'm gonna need a new. I'm gonna switch out my old iLouds, which sound good. I'm not saying that they're bad, but these ones they have more bass in them, even more. It's like double iLouds. It's almost like having 4 of the small ones.
So loud.
Yeah, so they're way more loud than I thought they would be. They give out quite a lot. And that calibration thing, I mean, I'm literally, today, I used to have a studio, but I'm literally a bedroom producer.
That's how heavy it is.
Yeah, it's very, very light. And the other ones are even lighter.
Yep.
You can actually carry them with you. I was surprised about that too. But the speakers are really small. The elements are really small. But together they make up like a 6 or something like that. Yeah. So it's kind of like having a 6. I've had 6s before, stuff that I build myself usually, but it takes time out of, you know, I want to make music. I don't want to build stuff. So I stopped everything DIY. So it's nice to have some monitors that actually have some proper sub bass in them.
I think this is sounding a bit like we're trying to sell you a speaker here, but what we're really talking about is, for me at least, what I'm getting is that you love making music. And this is getting you closer to be able to make the music that you love easier and quicker.
Yeah.
And as a musician, I feel exactly the same way. I don't care about numbers or reputation of things. I care about what sounds good and what makes me want to create.
That's what I tell my viewers on my channel. I review a lot of apps and some hard gear. And the problem is a lot of people, it's not a problem, some people just don't know because they just got into music making.
Yeah.
And so they ask me which one is best, this one or that one. And I always tell them like, hey, you're a producer, right? You're a musician, right? Why don't you shop with your ears? I mean, come on. What do you like listening to? Why does it matter whether it's digital or analog? Listen to it. If you like it and it happens to be analog, or if it happens to be digital, and you like it, and you go into a forum and you have 1,000 people telling you like, oh, only go analog, not digital. Why would you listen to them? You like the sound of that. Why wouldn't you use what you like? I don't understand that. I always tell my viewers that the only one who can decide for themselves what they want is them, right? If you go listen to it, you'll be able to judge what you like or not. I like them because I can hear the type of bass that I need for my production, the sub bass. It's right there, and you don't have that annoying 200 hertz hum in there that I absolutely loathe. That's why my snare sounds so flat, because I always filter that out. But it doesn't have that. A lot of speakers, when they put bass in there, especially hi-fi speakers, you buy them and they have a lot of 200 hertz bass. It's right there in that area, and it pokes at your ears constantly. When I go out in clubs, it's the same thing. They want to add bass, but they only add 200 hertz. It's basically like someone humming loudly in your ear all the time. I absolutely loathe that.
If we talk about the tech for a moment, I learned a little bit yesterday from the guys at IK Multimedia.
Yeah, they told me, but it didn't really stick.
That's the back we were talking about. It's got DSP inside, so it's an algorithm or computer program controlling the sound. And with the ARC system, the room correction, you put a mic in the room, which comes with the speaker. It analyzes the room by sending it this amazingly whoop, 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 whoop sound, and it measures the room and then adjusts the speaker so that your room sounds as flat as possible to make your speaker sound good. Then you take it to another room, do the same thing, and you should get the same mix. It should be a transparent mix.
Will this come with like a carrying bag or something like that?
Maybe.
Maybe you don't know?
Yes, I do know.
Okay.
But I'm not allowed to say it, but I can do
but
this with my
what
head.
I'm concerned with is I'm an iOS person,
Yeah.
right? Do I need a computer in order to do this? To save stuff? Or are you going to put out an app? Because
Well, I'm not from IK Multimedia, so I can't answer that question.
all right.
But I did speak to them, yes. They're just out the door, hiding out there. Diego, the best thing we can do is open that door and ask the people who know the answer. So we're going to magically do that. Oh, comfortable chair.
Yeah.
That was an interesting chat with IK Multimedia. We asked them about the software side.
Yeah.
So they were not really sure because they're working hard on bringing these speakers out.
Yeah.
They talk about the presets. What did they tell us about the speaker itself?
Yeah, at the moment it's like you calibrate it and you can save that one, I think they said, right?
Yeah.
So it can only save one right now. But we put it, I kind of said it would be a good idea if you could save more, and it would be a good idea if you made it available as not just for computers like PC and Mac, but like personally I want it on iOS.
Yeah.
Because come on.
So you're creating music with an iPad, I guess?
Of course. Like portable battery-driven stuff, stuff with lithium batteries or stuff like that, and also iPads and iPhones. I literally make all of my content like that. So.
Cool. So let's go to the people watching this. Hello, people watching this. Would you think it's a good idea to have iOS software? Because this video is going to be watched by the people at IK Multimedia. If you guys want it, they'll make it, I guess. They seem a very open...
IK, just make it. Just make it happen, please.
Now?
Just make it happen now, right now. Because, saving various presets for different rooms, that is pretty awesome.
It's insane, isn't it?
And I think about it. What I like about this ARC system is that I am, as I said, literally a bedroom producer. So my room is not optimal for anything. I have like bass moving all over the place and hitting me from the back and from the floor, and I have straight walls and I have a bed over there, and my listening environment is really bad. I got my speakers too close together, and I don't know how I quite make it, but I try to learn the room. But even if I sound treat a little bit, just having an ARC system that could help out, that is another step, you know, that is very hard to get through without something like that. Like every little bit that can help me make my bedroom sound a little bit better is just something I just want that. I don't want to I don't want to spend time like putting stuff everywhere and buying bass straps, you know, these triangular things everywhere. I don't have any speaker
think about the money, right? If you're going to go and spend money on room correction, physical things like the things we have in here, if Chris is on the camera just going to show you that we've got these traps here because we're in a speaker testing room. So they're necessary here. That makes absolute sense. And also we can show that THOMANN sell them so you can buy them. But why spend the money on that when you could spend the money on a set of speakers that's going to correct the room?
Yeah, I mean, it cannot perform magic, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't believe that it could, because I know what goes into actually sound treating a studio. I've been there when it's happened. I have friends doing it. It costs huge amount of money to do that, bring someone in to do that. But if you're in a bedroom like me, or maybe a kitchen or somewhere in the cellar or something working like, you know, like this, and you get a pair of speakers that can already help you out, and that's very helpful to me at least.
It's important what you said. They're not magic. They're not the solution. And even IK have said this.
Yeah. They told me specifically
it's not a magic
yesterday,
button.
like don't expect it to just, you know, with
you can't go and mix in a tunnel or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no. I get that. But I think most people watching this, they get that too. I mean, of course.
With the danger of this really coming across like a product video, and obviously you can't demo speakers on a video because that doesn't make any sense.
No, you can't.
That's what they sound like. Listen.
Yeah, you have to go listen to it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a product video because we have a product here. I mean, it is a product.
It is, but we're not. I'm very aware that we've said some very nice things about it.
Yeah.
And we are both impressed for similar reasons.
Yeah, but that's because we've heard it.
Yeah.
And I realized that, of course, people can't hear it. As you say, we can't just demo speakers on.
But what I'm going to say, I think if we round this video off, is that if you are looking at buying some speakers, you should include this in your testing list.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you test these out when they're. I don't know if they're out now. I don't think so.
Not quite. This is the prototype.
Yeah. So when they're out, test them at least. Yeah, like listen to them beside a couple of. What do you got? Like the Genelex,
the standards.
You know?
I have them with the Genelex.
The KRKs, and just listen to them with them, because they have very different characters. All of these speakers. I mean, they're not all completely the same. No one wants to make it completely the same, and everyone have different ears. I want sub-bass. These ones deliver that.
And you talked about forums earlier.
Yeah.
And about how people say, oh, that's rubbish, that's really good, and that's analog, that's digital. Don't listen to those forums, as you said.
Don't listen to any
forums. Don't listen to them. Listen to us.
If you're not deciding with your ears, whether it's synthesizers, microphones, speakers, headphones, if you're not deciding with your ears, I'm sorry, you're doing it wrong. Just go listen to it. Go listen to it. You're a music producer. You're a beat maker. You're making sounds. You're making stuff sound. You're sampling. You're doing this. And you're using your ears to consume it. And others going to consume it that way. Whatever you like listening to, you choose. It's that simple. It's that simple, right? Just use your ears. Or you could just ask some people to make some comparisons, right? I get that a lot. I like doing that. Yeah, why don't you come and subscribe to my channel and stuff? Is that okay for me to just...
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Right. You're gonna cut this out, aren't you?
Yes. I'm going to put my channel in there instead. But while you're there, subscribe to my channel, which is also in the video description. And we said we were going to keep this short.
Okay, so just go subscribe to Haq Attack, because I make reviews if you like mobile music making. So if you're not into that, go subscribe to some of my buddies like Bo Beats.
For me maybe.
Or Accurate Beats from Accurate Beats.
Or me.
Yeah, what do you do on your channel? What do you do?
A bit of guitar, bit of talking, you know.
Some guitar.
Yeah.
Right. That's cute. Do you use any real instruments? This is gonna blow up completely, right? People are gonna get mad at me for this.
Are we doing synth electronic music versus guitar?
No, we're not.
Cut the camera. Right, subscribe to the THOMANN channel.
All right.